Howdy, and welcome to the Shgarrett Song Writing Challenge. Welcome to everybody's favorite spot to hang in Alamogordo,
the drainage ditch.
Okay, so the reason I'm actually filming right here is because I was planning on filming in our backyard. But as soon as I got set up to do that, our lovely back door neighbors decided it was time to half naked clean their pool as they do. Guys, let's real talk. With the release of this video, we are more than halfway finished with this year and my monthly songwriting challenges. And I'm gonna need you guys to help me figure out what we're gonna call the album, because the songwriting challenge album is a mega lame name. So please put your ideas in the comment section below. And whichever name is the most popular by the time it drops will be the name. Without further ado, let's draw some challenges. Here we go. For the large challenge, I will be writing a line dance song. For the small challenge number 1, about half of it is in odd time signatures. Small challenge number 2 uses every instrument in the orange box. Small challenge number 3 has gibberish in the lyrics. The extra challenge has a Puppets music video. Sounds like I have my work cut out for me. So I started by looking up a bunch of line dances that I know on YouTube so that I could find some characteristics to emulate in my song. I found that most line dances had a call to action, meaning that they described the steps of the dance in the lyrics of the song. So I decided that I was going to add that to my song too. I always thought that Slayer's Seasons in the Abyss sounded really similar to a line dance in the way that the lyrics were a call to action, but kind of for like dead people or something. You should listen to it and let me know if you agree. I also found that a good deal of these line dance songs are named after the dancer, like the Cupid Shuffle, the Sponge, the Humpty Dance. So I decided to follow suit with that and name my song the Shgarrett Groove. I found that most line dances made a point to be all-inclusive, saying things like, it doesn't matter if you're young or you're old, and they would just invite everybody to dance. So I tried to write my lyrics in a way that you can put yourself there no matter who you are, and I used some of that all-inclusive speech, like, doesn't matter who you are, come dance. Here's what I've got for the groove so far. It sounds a little too similar to Baby's Got Back for my comfort. But that's okay, because Baby's Got Back is not in 7 in any spot. When I was referring to the orange box, this is what I was referring to. This is a box that I've acquired a number of small instruments over the years in, and an ocarina, the claves I used, funky marbles. It of course has one of these things. A kazoo, a duck call, a trumpet, a little rainbow frog, a slide whistle, a metal pipe, a telephone with an aux cord, and I will try to incorporate all of those. By the time I got around to recording this green piccolo trumpet, it totally broke. So I'm going to have to use a contemporary technique for the trumpet. When I was searching line dance videos on YouTube, I realized that NSYNC's video for Bye 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 is not only the most terrifying thing I've ever seen, but it's also a puppet line dance like I'm supposed to do. Speaking of the puppet challenge, it has not really been my favorite. I didn't really go all out with it like I probably should have, but to be fair, I had to write a dance and I had to make a puppet music video. It's not super puppety. Oh, by the way, I also incorporated my gibberish into the lyrics like I'm supposed to. There's a line that says, and your heart screams, scuba dooba ziggity plow, bazonga alla binga donga, look at you now. But anyways, I finally finished the video, so I hope you enjoy it.
Howdy, good morning, would you like to move to the surefine sound of this Shgarrett groove? It's hot and light and not uptight, so if you throw it on back, that's quite alright. My name is Shgarrett. Yeah, you heard it correctly, leave me unsupervised and I'll twerk grotesquely. I'm a turkey, I'm quirky, what can I say?
I marched in band and I made straight A.
But I move even though I'm not smooth, and I'm gonna get down to the funky groove. So if you're young, you're old, you file separate or jointly, doesn't matter who you are, I invite you to join me in my cult. And we'll all hold hands, sing and Big Latin, and hold our meetings in France. No, I'm absolutely kidding, we're gonna learn a dance that's got as much class as Comic Sans. Comic Sans. Comic Sans. got as much class as.
Oh, makes sense.
Alright, first you throw it on back, put your hands in the air and wave them like you're on crack. Then you pull a WE and you give it a clap, and somewhere in the middle there's a crisscrossing back, and now we do it again and do the Shgarrett groove. Throw those hands in the air and make your dump truck move, and then you bring it around and you give it a clap. Oh, but the real thing's in seven, I forgot to mention that. That's Shgarrett groove.
Come on, baby, you gotta do that.
Shgarrett groove.
You move your thing, you do the crisscross.
Shgarrett groove.
You know you look so good when you do that.
Shgarrett groove.
You grab my hand and we can crisscross.
Shgarrett groove.
You do your dance, I'm gonna do that.
Shgarrett groove.
Come on, baby, you gotta do that.
Oh yeah, now we're getting things cooking. When you do this dance, there'll be hotties on looking. Gotta get their number. When your mom's not home, then you can dial it up on the family telephone, and then your heart beats harder than the Energizer Bunny as your phone goes, come on, pick up already. And then they answer the phone, and in a voice unsteady you say hi and get invited for some meatballs and spaghetti, and your heart screams scuba dooba ziggity blow. Lazonga alabinga donga, look at you now. You're dating, then you're married, then there's strappers and bibs, and this whole thing started because you were doing this. Shgarrett groove.
Come on, baby, gotta do that.
Shgarrett groove.
Move your thing, you do the crisscross.
Shgarrett groove.
You know you look so good when you do that.
Shgarrett groove.
Grab my hand and do the crisscross.
Shgarrett groove.
Do your dance, we gotta do that.
Shgarrett groove.
Come on, baby, you gotta do that. Tonight there's magic in the air. I swear, there's so much glitter in our hair. We don't care. I don't want the night to end. Every second that we spend has been better than the last. We leave our past in the past.
Shgarrett groove.
Come on, baby, you gotta do that.
Shgarrett groove.
Move your thing, you do the crisscross.
Shgarrett groove.
You know you look so good when you do that.
Shgarrett groove.
Grab my hand and we can crisscross.
Shgarrett groove.
Do your dance, we gotta do that.
Shgarrett groove.
Come on, baby, you gotta do that.
Shgarrett groove. Shgarrett groove. Shgarrett groove. Shgarrett groove. Shgarrett groove. Shgarrett groove. Shgarrett groove.
I'll start.
Okay.
All right. When you drew the challenges, I was like, there's no way you could do this. And I was really impressed how you, especially the orange box of instruments, like you just kept pulling instruments out of the box. And I was like, how are you going to use all of those? And that was really impressive. When I think of line dance, I think of country music. Yeah, that's I never thought of NSYNC like by being line dance, but like it makes sense. I like how you made it like a dance song and like a song you could like dance to, even though you had the odd time signatures. And I thought that was really, really cool. You could feel it, but like it didn't trip up somebody who would be dancing. It would have been cool if you had more of that, maybe.
Yeah.
But I know like you can only really do that to an extent before it's kind of obnoxious. So yeah, I like that a lot. I really liked it. Like it's definitely one of my favorites, I think, so far. I could see myself just like kind of jamming to it, like adding it to one of my playlists. It takes a lot to be on one of my playlists. I was really upset when the trumpet broke, and then you were like, I'm gonna do something contemporary with it. And then I don't like what you did with it, I think. But I understand. The video made me laugh a lot. I lost it with the dump truck line.
What would you rate it from 1 to 10?
A 9.1.
Wow. I feel like you're just scoring it high because you're like, he'll be mad at me.
But I said it's cheating. No, I would have scored it higher, but I don't like how you use the trumpet. So
That's
sorry.
fair.
I'm like being really precise with this score because I've watched nothing but Olympic gymnastics this week. And so I'm like 4 tenths off for this and stuff like this. So it's a very precise score. I put a lot of thought into it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I've watched a few of your songwriting challenges, but not all of them. So I was kind of unsure what to expect. And I was surprised and not surprised because it's you. I took a lot of notes because that helps me. So I'll just go down the list. I love that you did all your line dance research. That was really cool that you dug in depth to what that is and and looked up different line dances to see what that included. And I loved your use of the lyrics with it. I thought your lyrics were super creative and really did fit the line dance vibe. Like completely. Loved all your use of the instruments and your different references. Your rapping was really good. Yeah, I also liked your band director outfit to start off. You looked like you were ready for band camp. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna go teach high school band.
Just for clarification though, Janelle, I never dressed that nerdy.
All right. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
More of a Dr. Smith look is what Garrett did.
That was great. I thought the crisscross was cool, and I could tell that that was like the dance part, but I thought you could have done more of a line dance. And I thought you could have incorporated that with the puppets, maybe like have them dance together. I know you're not a puppeteer, so that's probably but that was my main complaint, I guess I would say, was that I think that you could have done more creative dancing. Your dancing was good, but I think you could have done a little bit more with it. But I really did like the song. And on a serious note, I was really impressed with how you handled the odd time signature, because line dances are very even. As someone who's like taught those to kids, but also at like summer camps, they're hard enough to learn when it's like in 8 counts. And so it's like with a 7, how's he going to do that? I have no idea, but you really did it well. And I loved that it had such a steady beat, even with those 7 counts in it. Like, I feel like that was a song I could legit play for my Jazz 1 class when I'm teaching them how to count beats. I was like, kids would like this. They would dance to this. They would groove to this. So I really liked it overall. Yeah, I think that was my only thing, is you could have added more dance in there. So, and I also, like Jane, have been watching Olympics nonstop and messaging her about it. So I gave you an 8.23.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I've been a big fan of you and your group ever since you gave me that Halloween album. And there's a couple of tunes on that that I really like. And something that I was drawn to in this were a few things that will date me a little bit. And I don't know that any 3 of you will know what this is, but right from the beginning, there's kind of a cult classic movie. It's a really inappropriate movie by today's standards now, but I like it. I think it's a funny movie, and it's called Revenge of the Nerds. And the way you're dressed in a lot of this video reminded me of that, and some of the lyrics too. I too was interested to see how you were going to use all of those extra instruments. And I was very impressed. I forget what it's called, the one that looks like an 8th note and it slides and sings a little bit. That's kind of has a special place for me too, because when I was at the University of Kansas, we always hosted a white elephant Christmas party. And one year, a professor of composition named Kip Haheim brought that as his gift to give away. And that gift always made it back into the rotation, as no one wanted it because of, its inaccuracy and pitch and everything. I believe the last person to win that is Dr. Moore, and I think that instrument is in her office.
Oh, wow.
And it kind of became a thing. And you can find videos of people doing full-on choir ensembles with that instrument. And so I was really impressed that you used that.
Yeah, that's funny. I actually got that. Jane's friends had this, what is it, Secret Santa? That's where I got that.
Secret
So
Santa.
it's a popular Christmas thing, I guess.
My friend gave it to him and then messaged me and said, I'm so sorry.
I also liked the mouth harp. I was happy that the trumpet is made out of plastic. And that you were using it in that way. And then I was really interested to see, as you might imagine, how you were going to do interesting things with the meter, because I'm a big fan of contemporary music, and a lot of times meter plays into that. And so I was very impressed actually that you could incorporate into a more popular style the use of I kind of felt it like a 4/4 plus a 3/4 in there. And then I thought that it was really creative to use that in the chorus, so that it came back multiple times, as opposed to just throwing something in there randomly that never really came back. I thought you really kind of doubled down on the meter thing there by doing that. And then the puppet thing, when you first drew it, I didn't know what to expect, but I thought the production value of that was pretty good. and it reminded me of some things that they used to come on like the Comedy Central channel with like Crank Yankers and things like that, those kinds of puppets. And I thought you did that well. Once again, I liked that you hearkened back to Humpty, another one of my favorites from a long time ago. And so I was overly impressed. I thought that this might be your best one on vocals. I thought that the quasi rapping was very clear. And then I thought the singing pitch wise, this was one of your stronger performances with all of that. And then all of the background stuff I thought was very creative. You know that I normally use a 7-point grading system, but the only thing that I felt like maybe there could have been a more double down thing, even though I thought you did well on it, was the meter aspect. You know, I was wondering if there might have been, you know, like a 5/16 or something really crazy thrown in there.
Yeah.
But I get it in regard to pop music. And so I actually scored it as a 9.6.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
In conclusion, I scored an 8.98 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to leave your album name ideas in the comments section below. Bye!
Break through. Yeah, break through.